Either typing mistakes, jar file problem. Typing mistake, jar file problem. Understanding? Yeah, though you are having error marks, red marks in XML file, if output is coming, you don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. Jar file problem will not be there. You should download and add the jar files properly. You should download and add the jar file properly. Okay. FS64. FS64. Tell me. February. What is yesterday's class, guys? 18th, na? Where is 18th? Oh, yesterday we concentrated purely on application development, it seems. No, then why it is showing this one? Where is our application, Prabhu? 17th. 17th file I am not able to see. Mr. Koral Kumar, that is typecasting, right? Waste fellow. You are not recognizing typecasting. Then what you do study in Core Java? It is not typecasting, boss. Okay, maybe I have updated other day's document. 1 minute, I understood. Yesterday, we have just continued other day's document. I understood, guys. Okay. Spring here, 64, Spring Core. Open it. Yeah, I think we have written continuation. In last class document, we have written the continuation. No problem. Okay, we'll change the document, boss. 11th and 18th. 11th and 18th, guys. Open it, save it. Now let me have same updation in the Google Classroom also. Yeah, where is this? Full stack students. Acha, today is 18th. Yesterday is 17th only, right? Sorry, it's my mistake. Today I will take a fresh document. Today I will take a fresh document. Don't worry. Let it be. Edit boss. Upload boss. Browse boss. Class content. Spring 64. Spring Core. 11th and 17th. Save it. Screenshot, you can take screenshot. Window plus shift plus yes. Window plus shift plus yes, right? Kiran Kumar, ctx.getBean method is getting the Spring Bean class object based on the given bean ID. First attend classes regularly, my dear. Okay, Windows key plus print screen also fine. Windows plus shift plus yes. Super boss. How many days you will ask Google Classroom, Ra? Are you not feeling shame? Every day you ask Google Classroom, boss. Super. Great. Okay, let it be, boss. Yeah, at the end of the session, I'll share the Google Classroom. Don't worry. Spring Core module. February 18th. Okay. Different types of injections. Different types of injections, guys. Different types of injection. Tell me, boss. We can use @auto-void. Keep the screenshots ready at the end of the session. I will take each screenshot that you have uploaded in the chat box and I will give the errors. In the middle of the explanation, stop pasting the errors. Everyone, I started today fresh content. Everyone, can you concentrate? I will see your screenshot errors and I will solve them at the end of the session. Understanding? Okay. Don't just look at yesterday's application development. Before that, 2-3 days. 2-3 days, I have prepared first application related background preparation. Study all together. You cannot study all together. Drop from this batch, wait for the next batch. Drop from this batch, wait for the next batch. Please, don't look at yesterday, day before yesterday session as the first application development. Before that also 2-3 days we spend time on it. We prepared a lot of background. First we have written small pieces of code. Later we integrated and made a complete first application. What do you say, boss? Super. Those who started this course learning from yesterday, drop from this batch, wait for the next batch. Those who not watched backup videos earlier, drop from this batch, wait for next batch. Those are coming regularly, please continue in this batch. Those are not coming regularly, those are not watching backup videos, those who don't know proper core Java, drop from this batch, wait for the next batch. It's my humble request. Every day coming, asking where is Google Classroom. Every day coming and asking, okay, I missed yesterday class. What is there in the XML file? Not going to work out. Clear, boss? Can you come back to the subject, everyone? Yeah. We can use @auto-void. @auto-void annotation for the following injections. For the following dependency injections. Yeah. For setter injection, boss. What do you say? For setter injection. Tell me. By placing @auto-void on the top of setter method. Next, for constructor injection. For constructor injection, by placing @auto-void on the top of parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. Next, C. For field injection. What, guys? For field injection. By placing @auto-void on the top of has a property. On the top of has a property. Okay. Next, D. For arbitrary method injection. Arbitrary method injection, guys. By placing @auto-void on the top of arbitrary Java method. What is that? Arbitrary Java method. Everyone getting my point? Arbitrary method. So far we have seen only for setter injection now, boss. So shall we start performing remaining injections today, guys? Shall we start performing remaining injections? Okay, first of all, constructor injection. constructor injection. If the IOC container is using parameterized constructor of target class to create a target class object and also to assign given dependent class object to target class object. Yeah, Ray, what is the specialty of parameterized constructor, guys? Are you listening my statement? What is parameterized constructor? Can you tell me? Parameterized constructor means two activities will happen. It will be useful towards creating object and also useful to assign dependent class object to target class object. Yes, na boss? To assign given dependent class object to target class object was. Given dependent class object to target class object. Tell me, boss. For this, we need to use @auto-void. @auto-void on the top of constructor. On the top of constructor. Parameterized constructor to perform constructor injection. Okay, guys. To perform constructor injection, guys. Now listen, guys. Public class name. Okay. Tell me. Public class name. Public class name. Tell me, guys. Dependent class param. Dependent class param. Here is the last. Here is the last. On the top of it, we should write what? @auto-void. On the top of it, we should write @auto-void. But one small note, guys. Okay. If the Spring Bean is configured in XML file, then we use property tag under bean tag for setter injection. Everyone getting my point? Suppose Spring Bean is not there with annotation. Spring Bean is there with what? XML file. So then what tag we have to use for setter injection, guys? Property tag under bean tag for setter injection. Another note, guys. If Spring Bean is configured, where, guys? In XML file. In XML file. Then we use constructor-arg tag. Constructor-arg tag under bean tag for constructor injection. What, guys? For constructor injection. And also for passing arg values of factory methods. Sometimes we ask container to create Spring Bean class object using parameterized constructor, using factory method or not. Suppose if that factory method is expecting argument value, those argument values also can be passed by using what? Construct-arg tag or not? Those argument values can also be passed by using what? Construct-arg tag. Are you getting my point, my dear? Super. Can I ask a few questions? @ component is for what purpose? To configure Java class as Spring Bean, right? Okay. Action in annotation driven configurations in XML driven configurations. In annotation driven configuration in XML driven configuration. What is this, guys? Configuring Java class as Spring Bean. Configuring Java class as Spring Bean, right? In annotation driven configuration, what is there? @component. We have other alternates also. I will introduce them later. Or @service, @repository. Many other things are there. And ... Not just this. Not just these guys. Many other things. In XML, we have only one thing. Okay, mainly we prefer component only, but in special cases, we can use other annotation. I'll talk about other annotations later. We have a lot of annotations like this. Okay. First action is okay. First action is okay. Where is that, guys? Dependency injection. Dependency injection. Dependency injection. In annotation driven configuration, what is there, guys? Auto while. Auto while. Are you understanding my statement? Tell me next one. @auto while, guys. Yeah, here what is there? Here what is there? Property tag for setter injection, right? Constructor -arg tag for constructor injection and to pass. Okay. Arg values to. Understanding? Arg values to factory method. Factory method. This is for what? For setter comma, field comma, okay, constructor comma, arbitrary method injection. Arbitrary method injection. Okay. In this whole concept, I can give one clarity, boss. Using XML driven configuration, only setter and constructor injections are possible. Using annotation driven configuration, especially @auto void based, setter, field, arbitrary method and constructor injections are possible. I hope you are noticing it, guys. We don't have other tags, guys. We don't have other tags. Understanding my statement? Okay. Using XML driven configuration, we have setter injection comma constructor injection configuration possibility. Another note, using annotation driven configuration, @auto void, @auto void. Tell me, we have setter comma, field comma, 1 minute, setter injection comma, field injection comma, tell me, constructor injection and arbitrary method injection possibility. Arbitrary method injection possibility. Super, guys. @service, @repository also can be used, guys. But they are the specialities. In special cases, we have to use. For the timing, you just remember, okay, component is good, but if you want to add some additional facility, we have to use @service and repository. But today you don't worry about it. At right time, I will introduce them. Understanding? Super. As of now, you prefer working with @component. Super. So shall we go for practicals of it? Okay. I'm changing the title of the project, guys, because not only setter injection I am doing, I'm interested to do all injections, guys. Injection, dependency injection. I'm interested to do all kinds of injection, boss. Dependency injection, boss. Super. Here is my S-beans. I'm commenting this setter method, my dear. Okay, listen. I'm commenting setter method, but when I use the shortcut, comment symbols are coming ugly na. Code has become zigzag. It is disturbing the structure of the code. It is disturbing the structure of the code. Yeah, this you have to set, boss. We have to set. Window menu, preferences. Okay, preferences, general, not general. Okay, you search for formatting. Okay, code formatting, Java code style formatter. Here you create a new profile, guys. New profile, new. I'll give procedure, don't worry. Okay, P1, some name. Save okay. Save okay. There is a comment section. In that comment section, enable block commenting formatting is there now. Block commenting formatting, deselect. Deselect it. Say apply, save okay. Come back. Apply and close. Come back. This is the original code. I am doing just Control Z undo. Now, same shortcut key to comment the code. So now, any disturbance in the code, guys? Any disturbance has come? Only comments has come. Code is not lost its structure. Code has not lost its format, right? Code has not lost its format. What do you say, boss? Okay, don't worry. I'll give the procedure. I will give the procedure. Okay. Uday Kumar, from last 4 or 5 days, every day I am sharing Google Classroom. Okay. And I'm saying that at the end of the session, I will share the Google Classroom. You don't come on time. You don't listen classes properly. Why are you not listening class, boss? Guys, I'm telling for the last time. Google Classroom, I'll share at the end of the session. Okay, if you got any errors in the first application development, I'll solve them at the end of the session. And tomorrow onwards, by 6 p.m., I'm going to log the meeting. By 6 p.m., I'm going to log the meeting. So try to join before 6 p.m. If you come after 6 p.m., you won't get any entry to the meeting. I'm very serious. I'll join on my time. I'll ask random questions. Not going to work out. Please try to respect subject. You are not learning LKG, UKG subject. You are learning professional course. Try to behave professionally. Okay, everyone please come back. Yeah, what is the one? Comment. Comment we discussed, guys. Control plus Shift plus C. Control plus Shift plus C. To enable or disable single line comments, boss. Single line comments. Check it out. They will generate only single line. Suppose I am in this line, boss. Control plus Shift plus C. Single line has come. Control plus Shift plus C. Single line gone. Same key. One time for on, one time for off. Toggle key, boss. Next. Okay. Now listen. I selected the code. Control plus Shift plus backward slash. Comment is gone. Control plus Shift plus C. Forward slash. Comment is on. Forward slash enables the multi-line comment. Backward slash removes the multi-line comment. CTRL plus shift plus. Okay, what is there? Forward slash. To enable multi-line comment, guys. Multi-line comment. Okay. To remove backward slash. To remove multi-line comment. To remove multi-line comment. Super na? Super. Okay. How to resolve? Resolve means solve. Solve. Solving is called resolve. Block commenting. Block commenting problem. Block commenting problem. What do you mean by block commenting, guys? Okay. Code structure changes when we enable multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. Super, guys. This is // for these two things. What is there, guys? These two things are related to what? Slash star slash. Code structure is changed. Okay. What is the procedure, boss? What is the procedure? Array. Single line comment, this slash only now, boss. What is single line? // What I have given? Oh, reverse I have given. Fine. Okay, fine. What is that? Yeah. What is the answer for this, boss? Window menu, preferences, search for formatter, search for formatter. Search for formatter. Yeah, there what is the one option I have to use, my dear? Preferences, search for formatter. This one. Search for formatter. Next, create a new profile. Create a new profile P1. What is there, guys? Create a new profile P1. Come on, boss. Create a new profile P1. After that, what, guys? Go to comment section. Go to comments. Deselect block comment. Deselect block comment. Super, boss. Yeah, this is the one commenting. Deselect block comment. Enable block comment formatting. Yes, you have to deselect it. You have to deselect. Super. Fine, let it be. Can you come back to the subject? All these are shortcuts only. Now I am commenting this. Control plus shift plus forward slash. Now I want to perform constructor injection. So I have to take what? Practically show as a Anand Kumar. So far I have shown practically, boss. Oh, my dear. Aman Kumar, can you use your brain? So far I have shown practical problem and solved it. Please, if you are not focusing, get out and sleep at your home. I will wake up once in 10 minutes and I want to get everything, means not going to work out. Focus continuously. Self-discipline is very important in online classes. Feel shame for your question, Aman Kumar. After spending 10-15 minutes, now you are asking, why are you not showing practicals? All these are shown practicals so far. Then notes is given. Okay, let it be, boss. Yeah. Wish message generator. Local date time. Local date time, date time. Parameterized constructor, boss. This dot date time is equal to date time. This dot date time is equal to date time. Okay, to give the feeling whether it is executing or not, I will try to write one SOP with message. Zero param constructor. What, guys? Zero param constructor. Okay, how to tell this constructor should be used for auto wiring, guys? @auto. @auto wire. Now tell me this time. Tell me this time. I will write, okay, since it is injection test, it is not just a setter injection. I'm changing the file name. If you don't change also, no problem. But I'm trying to take what, guys? Meaningful one. Meaningful one, nothing else. Meaningful name. Tell me here what is there. Client application. Okay, right click. Run on Java application. See, this time, still object is created using zero param. It's my mistake. Actually, it's a one param was. Here, message given wrong. Message given wrong was. Message is given wrong. Now check it out. Java application. So this time, target class object is created by using one param constructor, na boss. In that process, not only object created, dependent class object is assigned to target class object, na boss. Dependent class object is assigned to target class object. Dependent class object is assigned to target class object. What do you say, boss? But this time we are keeping constructor on the top, @auto void on the top of the constructor now. @auto void on the top of the constructor. Come on, convinced or not convinced? Super, guys. Okay, I'm giving the sample code, boss. This is the sample code. Okay. Target class having constructor injection code, guys. Target class having constructor injection code. Say paste. Target class having constructor injection code. This is what I need to highlight now, boss. This one I should highlight, right? Especially this @auto void. Super, boss. Tell me now. This is the another thing. No need of setter method. This is going to be my regular business. This is going to be my regular business method. If constructor is used to create target class object and also to assign dependent class object to target class object, then it is called constructor injection. Are you able to feel the constructor injection? Super. Okay, now listen. Okay. If setter method is used to assign dependent class object to target class object, setter injection. If parameterized constructor is used for the same purpose, that is called constructor injection. Yes, na boss? If you are driving two-wheeler to reach the office, you are a two-wheeler driver. If you are driving four-wheeler to reach the office, you are a four-wheeler driver. If you are driving bus to reach the office, you are a bus driver. Right now, boss? Okay. I request everyone to attend classes from laptop. Stop attending classes from mobile. Are you going to do practicals in the mobile? No, na. Then why are you attending classes from mobile? Start attending classes from the laptop. Then font size issues will not be there. Use brain and common sense, ra babu. Now listen carefully. At maximum, we can have @auto-void on the top of one constructor, boss. On the top of one constructor. Why? If you keep @auto-void on two parameterized constructor, three parameterized constructor, the container will be in the dilemma, na? Using which constructor target class object should be created, using which constructor dependent class object should be assigned to target class object. Ambiguity problem may rise or not. Confusion state may rise or not. Confusion state may rise or not. So, while creating any object, one constructor execution is sufficient, na boss? Is there any need of executing 4 or 5 constructor in the creation of object? No. If you write @auto-void on the top of multiple constructor, that will lead to confusion for what? IOC container to choose the constructor to perform object creation activity and constructor injection activity. What do you say, boss? Possibility is there or not there? Super, guys. Now what I do is intentionally, I will take one 2-param constructor. Guys. Local date time, some int x, some wantedly, some dummy parameter. No meaning for that parameter, guys, some dummy parameter. I have taken like this. So now I am asking container, use this one to perform constructor injection, use this one to perform constructor injection. So it will be in the dilemma situation to use the right one or not. Because we are asking to use both, guys. So let's see what happens. Java application. We are getting exception now, boss. We are getting exception or not. What is the exception? Error creating bean with WMG. Array, bean ID WMG. Invalid auto-void mark constructor. Public wish message generator 1 parameter. Found constructor with required annotation. Already there on the 2-param constructor. This is for 2-param and also there for 1-param. It is in confusion state or not, boss? It is in confusion state or not? Okay. Yeah. What is the note, guys? At maximum, we can place @auto-void. Okay, only on a parameterized, only on one parameterized constructor. If we place on multiple parameterized constructors, the IOC container gets into confusion state to pick the right constructor to perform the constructor injection. Pick the right constructor to perform the constructor injection. So it raises the exception. It raises the exception. Can you tell me what is that exception, guys? This is the exception. Okay. When that exception comes, wise? No. See, only on one parameterized constructor. Number of parameters may be 2, 3, 4. Number of parameter can be 2, 3, 4. Understanding? Okay. But it should be on one number of parameterized constructor. The number of count is not important. Count is not important. For example, like I know you, suppose I have commented one param parameterized constructor. I kept on what? 2 param parameterized constructor, right? 2 param parameterized constructor, guys. Fine. As long as you can pass this int x value, no problem. As long as you can pass that int x value, no problem. Okay, right now what happened? No qualifier bean of type int is available. You are not able to pass int value, that's why error is coming. But this time error is different. Are you noticing it? This time error is different, boss. It is not saying, okay, already there kind of thing. You are not able to supply x value, that's why it's giving error, right? So that means at a time on one parameterized constructor, we can keep what? At the rate auto add. That constructor can have 3 parameter, 4 parameter, 5 parameter. As long as container can supply those values, no tension. As long as container can supply those values, no tension. Getting my point? Super. Okay. Array, IOC container supports overloading, Babu, but it is in confusion which constructor to utilize. Because you are saying use both constructors. That's your mistake, boss. You are not giving clarity to IOC container, right? You are not giving clarity to IOC container. That's your mistake. You cannot blame container here, right? Super, guys. No possibility of giving priority, guys. Arises the exception. Arises the above said exception. Super, guys. I think you got the clarity about constructor injection. Okay, boss. Now listen. One small point to observe, boss. One small point to observe. When setter injection is enabled, listen. When setter injection is enabled, okay, when you comment why exception is raised up, we are not passing the second value. In text, we are not able to pass now. Container is able to pick up that int parameter value dynamically? No. That's why it is feeling exception. That's why it is throwing exception, boss. Okay. Right. Alexa, activate balcony center light. Yeah. Okay. Now, one more thing you observe, guys. When we enable setter injection on Spring Bean, boss, IOC container is creating Spring Bean class object using what, guys? Okay, 1 minute. Before going to this point, people are unnecessarily confused. Sir, when I comment one param, when I enable 2 param, why exception came? Listen, I will tell the story. Here also I have taken serious parameter, date D. Here also I have taken serious parameter, date D. Here also I have a serious property, date D. Because I don't want to make complex, that's why I'm not taking date dt. Super. Here also I'm initializing this. This dot date is equal to this dot dt is equal to d. Super. Okay, now come to application context.xml, guys. Come to application context.xml. Now you configure date class. Bean ID date class is equal to java.util.date. Now tell me. At the rate auto void is there on which constructor? 2-param constructor, right? 2-param constructor, right now, boss? Okay. Local date time spring bean is there in XML file? Yes, there. Date type spring bean is there in XML file? There. So now this method will be called two arguments. One is local date time class object, other one is date class object. Yes or no, na, boss? Okay. To check whether they are injected or not, what I do, I will change one. Sysout. What is there? Date time dot dt. Date time dot dt. Tell me why error will come. This time error will not come. Happily. Okay. What's the problem? Oh, 1 minute. Small mistake happened. What is the mistake? You know? Actually, we have taken util date, but there it has imported as SQL date. Okay. You rectify that problem. Problem is solved. Yes. Now what happened, guys? Local date time class object is injected. Normal date class object is injected. Injected or not injected? Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. Mr. Bhagwat, missing class does not mean you missed the content. Please refer missed class content once by collecting from Google Classroom. Sysout, systrace, everything is discussed in yesterday's class. Discussed or not? They are the shortcut keys to get the system.out.println. 100% clear, boss? Super. But right now, I don't want to worry about it. Let's remove the entire changes. Only for knowledge sake, I am taking second property. Done, boss. Okay. So let's come back to our original one. Let's come back to our original one. Application context.xml. This is also not required. So leave it, boss. Leave it. But one small observation. When we enable setter injection on target Spring Bean class, IOC container is creating Spring Bean class object using 0-param constructor. Say something, my dear. IOC container is creating Spring Bean class object using 0-param constructor. What do you say, boss? Yes. When we enable constructor injection, boss, IOC container is creating Spring Bean class object using parameterized constructor. Did you notice that? Some parameterized. It may be 2-param or 3-param. So in constructor injection, always parameterized constructor will be used in now, boss. Always parameterized constructor will be used in now, boss. Super. So here I will give the note, guys. Note, guys. If we enable only setter injection or field injection or arbitrary method injection on the target Spring Bean class. Then the IOC container creates Spring Bean class object using what is there? 0-param constructor. What constructor, guys? 0-param constructor. 0-param constructor. Copy these, guys. If we enable only constructor injection, guys, on the target Spring Bean class, then IOC container creates the Spring Bean class object using parameterized constructor. Using parameterized constructor, guys. Parameterized constructor. Everyone getting my point, boss? using parameterized constructor. Note. Using parameterized constructor. Shall we move to next field injection, guys? The next discussion is field injection. Next one is field injection. Yeah, tell me. Here IOC container, IOC container directly injects dependent class object to has a property of target class object. Has a property of target class object by accessing that property through reflection API. Actually, that's a private property, boss. We don't have access to private property officially. Using reflection API technique, that's an advanced topic in core Java. We can access private data of the object also. We can access private data of the object also. Are you getting my point? For this, what we should do, guys? We should place @auto-void. We should place @auto-void. Where is that? On the top of the property, boss. On the top of the property. What do you say, boss? So that's why it is called field injection. Properties are technically called fields, na boss. Instance variables, properties declared at class level are technically called fields. That's why they are called, that is called field injection. Tell me here, what is that, guys? Here, the IOC container access the private properties. Private has a properties, has a property of target class object using target class object using reflection API. Okay, reflection API to inject dependent class object to it. Dependent class object to that property. That property. For this, we need to place @auto-void on the top of the property. On the top of the has a property, which is also called field, boss. Which is also called field. Everyone understanding my statement? Okay, guys. Okay. Private. What is this? Class. Okay. Property. Class property. On the top of it, you should write @auto-void. Where we should write this code, guys? Where we should write this code? In target class. We should write this code in target class. We should write this code in target class. Everyone getting my point, guys? Super. On the top of the property. Okay. So now let's see, guys. Okay, now I'm commenting constructors. I commented setter method. Okay, now I'm going for this. @auto. And this is easy, boss. Why it is easy? Tell me. Why it is easy? Tell me. Can you guess? No need of writing constructor separately, setter method separately. Anyhow, we have to take as a property. Just writing @auto-void on the top of the property is very easy process or not? Just writing @auto-void on the top of the property is very easy or not? No need of taking any separate thing. 90% time industry people prefers field injection. If they want to use any injection, okay, they prefer what? Field injection. See, all are doing same work. But what is the easy work? What is the less burden work for the programmer? Less burden work for the programmer. Yeah, field injection. Just already property anyhow will be there. Just adding at the rate auto void, right? Understanding my statement. Abhishek, if you know reflection API, we can access private properties. Please study reflection API concept of core Java. There you will get the subject, how we can access the private properties. Okay. My dear stupid fellow Abhishek, you are asking me how IOC container is accessing. First of all, tell me IOC container is programmer code or ready-made code? Programmer code or ready-made code? Ready-made code. In ready-made code, are we going to write reflection API? It is already there. It is already there, right? Super. I hope you are bringing your common sense. I'm just telling the internals. Reflection API can get any details of your class, though it is private. That's the power of reflection API. Did you heard this topic at least in core Java? Did you heard this topic at least in core Java? Heard? Okay, fine. Yeah, then explore it, then you will understand. Run as Java application, guys. See, guys, this time again object is created using zero param constructor and injection is happening happily na boss. Injection is happening. Is there any constructors? Any setter method? No. Sir, I comment this zero param constructor also. Any problem? No problem. Why? If no constructors are there, Java compiler automatically generates one default zero param constructor or not. See, code is very simple, boss. Class, property, business method. Nothing else is required. If you go for what? Field injection. That's the reason everyone prefers in the industry what injection, guys? Field injection. 90% time in big projects, what you will see? Field injection. Yes or no, na boss? Okay, guys. Here is the example boss. Here is my target class. I'll remove all unnecessary things. Hey, right now we need not to worry about reflection API because IOC container is internally used. Sometimes we may need if you want to know the details. Okay, now what is the point I should highlight here? This is field injection. At the rate auto void on the top of the problem. No other injection. At a time, I am trying to use one injection. What is need of all injections at a time? You can take, it's useless now, boss. All are doing same work. All are doing same work, right? But for the timing, you just see one by one. Yeah, this is setter injection, guys. Note. Most preferred dependency injection in real projects is field injection. Because it does not need any extra methods. Okay. And we just need to place at the rate auto void on the top of has a properties. On the top of has a property. Okay, guys. So On the top of has a properties. Okay, boss. Super, boss. I hope you got the clarity about field injection, boss. Okay. Enjoyed up to this? Clarity is there? Okay. You also don't remove the code. Don't remove the code. Always comment the code and go for the new code. So that reference-wise old code also will be there. Now listen, boss. Sir, can I call zero param constructor as default constructor? No. Only Java compiler generated zero param constructor is called default constructor. If you place zero param constructor manually, is it default constructor? Is it default constructor, guys? What do you mean by default? Tell me. What do you mean by default? Tell me. The constructor that comes automatically when no constructor is there. That is called default. Luckily, that is a zero param constructor. But every zero param constructor is default, boss? No, na? For example, int a inside the class. No value is given. What's the default value? 0. I explicitly kept int a is equal to 0. This 0 is default value, guys. This 0 is not default value, right? This 0 is what? Programmer assigned value. This 0 is programmer assigned value. Are you getting my point? This 0 is programmer assigned value. Programmer has kept that value manually. Only the Java compiler generated zero param constructor is called default constructor. Yes or no? Okay. Kiran Kumar, can you attend classes regularly? I don't attend classes. I don't read notes. I don't watch backup videos. But I will show my talent in the chat box means not going to work out, Kiran Kumar. Last warning. You are asking what is as a property today. But that is being introduced for 4 days back or 6 days back. Okay. Default constructor, only Java compiler. So the zero param constructor. I request everyone watch backup videos, attend classes regularly. If you miss the class, read the notes. The zero param constructor zero param constructor placed by the programmer. Placed by the programmer in the Java class is not called default constructor. Is not called default constructor. Clear, was? Super. It does not need. Okay, now question is, can we place @auto-void on multiple as a properties? Can we place @auto-void on multiple properties? Yes, happily. Happily, Rabba. What's the problem, boss? No problem, na? To the first property, that type of value will be injected. So the second property, that type of value will be injected. Is there any problem? Okay. Right. Guys, though it is spring, it's more of core Java subject now, boss. Are you realizing it? Only the thing is, object creation, injection activities are not done by programmer. Most of those operations are done by container. I hope you are realizing that. Yeah, Spring core module is core Java++. How good you are in core Java, that much enjoyment you will get in Spring core module. Can we place @auto-void on the top of multiple has a properties? per field injection. If you are feeling bit heavy means check your core Java knowledge. Sorry to say, but I have to tell this statement because serious Spring code is not started. Still, I am just adding 1-2 lines of Spring lines on the top of core Java knowledge. What do you say, boss? Yes. Yes. Okay. Because it injects, because IOC container injects different dependent objects to different has a properties, right? Has a properties. Okay. If available to inject. If available to inject. Super, guys. Wish message generator.java. Nice, guys. Yeah, tell me. Private date dt. There, what is there? At the rate auto. Here, date class object will be injected now, boss. Private local date time. Here, local date time class object will be injected now, boss. Suppose private DTDC. Here at the rate auto hide. It's easy actually. See, clarity also, readability also good. When it comes to setter method, get a constructor. At the rate auto hide on the top of constructor and parameters will be there. On 3 property means 3 param constructor you should take. Okay, for setter method, 3 setter methods you have to take. Here no tension, Babu. 3 properties, on the top of 3 property, 3 at the rate auto hide. To this property, what will be injected? Date class object. To this property, what will be injected? Local date time class object. If at all they are available. Right? Okay. To this property, DTDC class object. If at all they are available. Okay. When I say as a property, they are not primitive data type property. Use brain. As a properties are always class type properties, not primitive data type properties. Come on, guys. Can you configure? Suppose you have taken int A, private int A. Okay. Can you configure 10 as the Spring Bean in the Spring Bean configuration file? No, no. So auto wiring dependency injection is possible only on has a properties. You cannot use dependency injection on primitive data type properties. Is that clear, guys? At the rate auto void is applicable only on as a properties, not on primitive properties. No, you can take wrapper type, integer, float, long, double. This kind of wrapper types you can take, but you cannot take simple properties. Primitive data type properties you cannot take. Only on class type injection is possible. Super, guys. Yeah, lot of things are there. Practice these 3 things too, as of now. Setter injection, constructor injection, field injection. You practice with single property only. Don't be hurry towards going for multiple properties. You practice single, slowly will increase the volume. Slowly will increase the complexity. Just hand over your brain, I will take care. But good knowledge of core Java is required. Yes or no, boss? Super. Right. Okay. Now listen carefully. Those who are getting errors, take the screenshot, upload in the chat box. I'll open each screenshot. Syed, we can place at the rate auto on the top of more than one setter method. But when it comes to constructor, it has to be on the top of only one constructor. It has to be on the top of Mr. It's clearly saying that you have not taken bean ID WMG. In at the rate component, bean ID WMG is not given. Check it out. Alright, take the screenshot, just paste in the chat box. Control V in the chat box. Control V in the chat box. Divya madam, Copy paste also I should tell. Control V in the chat box. Not possible. Not able to paste. Not able to paste. Okay, then do one thing. Place in the Google Classroom. I will reply in the Google Classroom. Google Classroom stream section is there now. Google Classroom stream section. Okay, no, see guys, 500 plus students are there. Screen sharing is not going to work out. Screen sharing is practically not possible. Okay, because that you see, my batches are not 20 members batch, 30 members batch like other faculties. 500 plus 600 plus students will be there. I cannot take every time your screen. I cannot solve your problem. Okay, but paste in the Google Classroom. I will reply in the Google Classroom. Or paste in the, listen. Or paste in the Facebook group. We have our Facebook group now, boss. You are getting error on @AutoAdd @component. jar files are not added properly. Jar files are not. IOC container, choose which constructor to be used based on available arguments. No, sir. Because by writing @AutoAdd on the multiple constructor, now you are inviting all constructor to use by IOC container. That's why it will be in the confusion state. Super, guys. Okay. I don't have Insta, only Facebook group is there. Everyone paste your problems in Facebook group or in Google Classroom. For TM Reddy, in your ctx.getbean, WMG is there. That's why it's saying that bean ID WMG not there. Okay. XML file creation process. Praveen Kumar, in yesterday clear-cut procedure is given how to create XML file. But for you, one more time. New, others, search for XML. Next. Okay, name of the file here. Application context.xml. Next, finish. And copy paste schema statement from internet or collect from my code. Okay, TM Reddy. Mr. TM Reddy. It is telling that ctx.getbean WMSG is not visible. Okay. WMG is not visible. Sudhir Raja, other day I have given flow of execution. First it creates user-defined class objects, then it creates predefined class objects. Okay, guys. Raghavendra, while learning C language, while learning core Java, there you can improve logical questions. Logical questions, right? Super. My advanced Java batch will start this month end, boss. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. Okay, paste your screenshots, error screenshots in the Google Classroom or Facebook group. I will solve there. How to remove or delete the jar file. You select the jar file, their remove button is there. Yeah, 1 minute. Those are looking for Google Classroom, stay back.